Hello, today is November 24th, 2016. I've been away from the market for about a week. Even though I typically take things a day at a time, I have been looking for a top somewhere in this area. So since we've hit new highs, it's appropriate to see how the indicators have been affected. Let's start out with the call for Friday. Here was the MEJT chart. We have a drop here. It's said to be a false move, and that led to the recovery. But early on, it said there was an optional target. We'd hit 2196.94. We actually traded as low as 2196.96. It's really optional. Doesn't have to print, but it's still going to print 95% of the time the next day. Friday's a truncated session, so it makes it really iffy, but with that caveat, I think that's my target. That is my target for Friday. It could happen Monday, but if it doesn't print Friday, I'm just going to forget it since it's optional and we've come close enough. We started out gapping down, rallied all day long, closed over the middle of the day high, and that's typically a positive pattern. We came so close to this high, and we've traded over it in the futures market that it's very likely we're going to keep on trading higher. The catch is we traded right at the high of the day. We didn't clear this high here. So there is some chance that the high in the futures market will hold and that will gap down sharply on Friday. I think it's less likely, but I can't rule it out. Let's look at some other things. Well, here we have a stilt up and upward sloping line. That's not a sustainable pattern. On occasion we'll gap up sharply, but usually this reverses, particularly when it's here it forms a rising wedge. It's not a positive pattern. Coupled with that, here's the 130-minute chart. We had a combo sell signal here, and at the close on Wednesday, we had a bar 13 of a sequential sell signal 2. These things mark the areas of rather than the exact price of a top. They usually work. When they don't, they fail in grand style. Here's the weekly chart. We're still on a sequential sell signal. It has not been invalidated yet. And that's the active call according to DeMark's indicators. The real significant change since I was last in tune with things about a week ago comes on the daily chart. Here we have a new setup, bar number 9, and if you look at the combo, we have 8 of the 13 bars that we need, but that's not the important thing. If you go back to August, we had 10 of the 13 bars we need for the combo sell signal. These were close enough since the last 3 don't have to obey all the rules. However, we never traded under the TDST line, which generated the pattern. These 9 here aren't really enough to invalidate it either, and that means this pattern is still active. Being active, we have number 11 Monday and number 12 Tuesday. And any rally on Friday when we reopen to new highs will be number 13 of a combo sell signal on the daily chart. And again, this doesn't have to go to completion, so it's possible that the new highs overnight have satisfied the pattern. Again, it doesn't have to mark the exact price of the top, but it marks the area of the top. I had some things on this chart. Here's my beautiful red resistance line. We've broken through it. So that one did not work. However, we still have our wave count. We're calling this an ABC. If you look at wave C, we have A and B. If you have wave A equal to 100%, you'll get about 61.8%. Around comes out to around 2209 and change. It would make a pretty pattern if we topped out over there, and that's approximately the cash equivalent of where we've traded in futures overnight. So I'm looking for resistance around 2209 plus. It's possible we saw it or we'll see it in the overnight session. If not, I think there's a good chance that we hit that right at the open on Friday. If so, there's intense resistance at that area. There are multiple DeMark sell signals in play. And if it's going to work, we could have a sharp reversal from that price. The day after Thanksgiving is almost always a positive session. It almost always trades up. So if we get the reversal at that price, it could lead to a very serious drop. If we blast through that price and keep going up, all these things will fail in grand style. But I'm looking for resistance around 2209 and change. I'm looking for a reversal to at least 2196.94, and if the call fails, it should be obvious before the open, and that's today's call.